Good morning all, and welcome to this Sunday planning video for the 24th of March. I've changed position this morning for two reasons. One is because the sun is absolutely streaming through the window and causing major problems with light for video. And the second reason is my desk is once again filled with copious amounts of fishing gear because we're now well into the fishing season. The weather guys have forecast us our first true day of spring today here in the West Country. So it will be time to get out, clean out the pond, make sure the car is all nice and clean. It actually goes back next weekend. So this will be the final week. So lots of outdoor activities to go on, and great that we've come through the winter now and we can look forward to spring and summer. But anyway, back to the matters in hand, and that's forecasting the forthcoming week. This is a big week, as I mentioned yesterday. We have part three exams during this coming week. And we also have one on the 1st of April. So there are potentially 4 new franchisees, assuming they all qualify, that we can then have into the driving school, which of course is a major part of our expansion plans. Now, whether they all qualify or not remains to be seen, and that may then postpone the process for 1 or 2 of them. So we'll just have to see how that pans out. So as far as my week's concerned, we've just had a number of diary slots become available in a couple of our areas. So my big task now is to switch on all of our marketing channels once again, which will include the new Google Ads. It will include our Facebook review promotions and retargeting to make sure we get those gaps filled up. Because if the new guys qualify, then of course that's going to be as much as 2 to 3 or even 4 new diaries that we need to be filling. So that's going to be my major focus for this week. This is probably a good opportunity to talk a little bit about what you do in your, whether that be 30 minutes, 60 minutes or 90 minutes first thing or some stage during the day to grow your business. And you know, if you've been following these videos, we talk quite a lot about what needs to be done. And there are 2 categories to this really. There are the things that you need to do on a sort of ongoing or day-to-day basis. And there will be the big tasks that are all designed to make your boat go faster or to grow your business. So if we look at the day-to-day items, as I've already mentioned, I need to switch on my campaigns and monitor those to make sure that's bringing in sufficient inquiries. Now, depending at the level that you're at, let's assume that you're just starting out and you don't have any franchisees yet, but you're still recruiting. So your day-to-day jobs then would probably making sure that those books are going out on a day-to-day basis or whenever you get book requests. Now again, to really emphasize the point, if you're running a predictable selling system to recruit new PDIs, which is going to enable you to grow your driving school, your number one most important task is to make sure that those books go out on time. It's not about who you're going to be teaching on your first lesson, second lesson, third lesson, or whatever. That is working in your business. That's not going to grow your business. That's just day-to-day stuff. Okay, so you need absolute clarity on this, that the most important task in your day is getting those books out. And then after you've done that, then you work in your business. And what goes hand in hand with that is, of course, you need to grow your organic website presence, which is going to form the foundation for your marketing as you train up those new trainees and they become franchisees. And what you need to do is make sure that every day you get a test pass or you get a custom review, that you actually write that up correctly to have maximum impact. And when we look across the net, the majority of ADIs do not write them up correctly. And of course, some of them are practically useless the way they write them up. So you do need a system for gaining in-depth custom reviews. Ideally, your customer would say, the main reason that I chose this driving school was and give the reason. And when you've got about 5, 6, 7 different ones, you counter off all the negatives, because as we all know, different things mean different things to different people. So assuming that you've got a system in place to gain those in-depth custom reviews, and if you need some help with that, by all means jump across to our ADI Success membership, where we have we have a template in place that we've used now for probably 7 or 8 years, and it constantly brings us in those in-depth custom reviews. And of course, a custom review is the number one thing that you can use to overcome any price issues. So when you get those, when you get your test passed, then of course you really need to be writing that up, posting it up to your website. You need to be posting it to your Facebook business page, and you also need to be posting it to your GMB listing if you have one for that particular area. Because all these things are putting a solid foundation in place to ensure that you're going to have enough work to look after your franchisees. And we've often said you may well be working as a sole trader, and you might find you don't need to do any of those things, and you can keep busy by recommendation alone, and all power to you. But that's not going to work when you start having when you start recruiting franchisees, because filling one diary is one thing, filling several diaries is a completely different matter altogether, and you will need a good solid SEO foundation in place. And one of the best ways to do that is, as I've just explained. Now, that's sort of ongoing day-to-day tasks that you need to be doing and making sure that they are done. And as I said, they are more important than the actual work you do within the driving school. That's the bread and butter work you do. The next thing to look at are the big tasks. And that could be, do you actually have Google My Business listing for your particular area? If you don't, then you need to do some research and you need to set one up, because you will need one. And we find our biggest source of inquiries still comes from GMB listings. This is the 3-pack, if you don't know what I'm talking about. Not always easy to get in there, because of course there are only 3 driving schools and everybody is competing to be in. So again, in the membership, we cover off how to optimize your listing to give you a better chance of getting in there. Have you optimized your website? That's another big task, because most websites in the driving school industry do not convert particularly well. In fact, most of them are down to about 1%. And that's because they're all full of naff stuff. They're not there to convert. They're just there as an information platform, which is a completely different scenario. So again, you need to do some research, make sure that your website is converting. Do you have a Facebook business page? And I know lots of ADI still promote their business from their personal profile. If you don't already know, it is strictly against Facebook's terms and conditions, and there have been many ADIs have simply found their Facebook profile closed down overnight because of breach of those terms and conditions. And if you have like ADI in your profile name, that will be like red rag to a bull. So you might want to think about removing that. But that's why they give you a free business page. And of course, a business page, you can do far more things with it than you can on your personal profile. So build a good presence on that, build up your likes, and make sure that all of your test passes and custom reviews are actually going onto that platform. Livery is something that we've spoken about many times, and again, unless you have livery on your vehicles, then a lot of the promotional work you do by posting to these various places is really going to be quite useless to you, because if people can't see who you are and your brand name, then you're sort of going to be wasting your time. So these are more like the big elements. Do you have a Google pay-per-click campaign set up? You may not need one right now. But if, as in our scenario, you're actually training someone and they're on the brink of qualifying, how are you going to ensure that they're going to have enough work? Now, you may be able to do that organically, and you may need to switch on something like Google pay-per-click. So if you're at that stage, that's again a big task. And I would say that is probably one of the most important things that you set up. Facebook reviews to promote them and boost them as another good source of getting your brand out in the local area. And spending some time setting one of those campaigns up is part of your 60, 90 minutes a day. So the point I'm trying to get across to you is that it is absolutely essential that you spend time working on your business to grow it, not working in it, which is your day-to-day teaching. You have to differentiate between the two, because your business will not grow unless you set aside time to do these tasks. So this gives you a few ideas of what you need to be doing on a day-to-day basis, the big tasks and the day-to-day tasks. And then of course the third element is what you do actually in your business, which is teach people to drive. Okay, so if I move on to ADI Success, we talked quite a bit yesterday in the catch-up video about the new Make the Transition book. They started going out last week. We've been really chuffed with the response that they've had. So we will be continuing to send those out this week, and we'll give it another week or so for folk to have a chance to read those books. And then if anybody needs any help actually making that transition, then we can offer that as well. Hopefully that's been useful and clarified a few issues. As I said, we're expecting a fantastic day today, so that's the working side of things done for me, and I'm off out now to make a start on cleaning the pond out and hopefully spend a bit of time in the garden and enjoy some very welcome sunshine after the long winter. Have a good week, and I will catch you all again on Saturday. Bye for now. Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to click the little bell. That way you'll get a notification every time I put up a new video. Thank you for watching.